down there. So several people walking by got pictures with the Easter Bunny.
Miller says the person in the bunny suit then got into a black Escalade and drove away, still without saying a word. She says she does plan to keep decorating her home for the holidays in the future. Now, a black Escalade? The Easter Bunny is balling, okay? Guys, it's already time for our first break, but when we get back, I'll tell you about the big announcement coming from NBC, and we'll get a check of the weather from my favorite TV personality, your favorite TV personality, the Valley's favorite TV personality, Jesse Walker. We'll be right back.
It's been a long decade these past 2 years, but March still has a lot left in the tank, which means more basketball.
That's what I'm talking about.
More favorites moving on, 2-3 zones, and camera time for the bench heroes. And the best part, more action for everyone on FanDuel Sportsbook.
Let's go.
It means plenty more opportunities to be the next fan that we make a millionaire. We've already made one fan a millionaire. Bet the tournament every day for more chances to be next. Game's on. FanDuel Sportsbook.
Honest Abe Roofing is your local roofing professional. We strive every day to be one of the best companies in the Wabash Valley. That's why we offer our Invest Once guarantee. That means that when you buy a roofing system from us, you'll never have to purchase another roof again. That's because our roofing products are rated to last a lifetime. Honest Abe Roofing, not just a clever name, but an agreement to be the best roofing company in the world.
My body is truly powerful.
I have the power to lower my A1C because my body can still make its own insulin.
And Trulicity activates my body to release it,
Lowering my blood sugar from the first dose. Once weekly Trulicity responds when my body needs it 24/7. Trulicity is for type 2 diabetes. It's not insulin.
It isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. Don't take Trulicity if you're allergic to it. You or your family have medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, changes in vision, or diabetic retinopathy. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with sulfonylurea or insulin raises low blood sugar risk. Side effects include indigestion, fatigue, belly pain, decreased appetite, nausea, diarrhea, and vomiting, which can lead to dehydration and may worsen kidney problems.
I have it within me to lower my A1C.
Ask your doctor about Trulicity.
Welcome back, everybody. Boy, it was a cold start to the day. Low 20s out there, frosty, near record cold. The sunshine is helping to warm things up, but it's still below normal, but it's going to get better as we head for the weekend. Let's start by showing you a live look right now with our Graber Post building cam looking south out of Terre Haute. A lot of sunshine out there, and we're going to have a weekend that's going to be filled with a lot of sunshine, and the good news is it will be getting warmer. So that is the good news after what is a very cold start to this day across the valley, and it looks like it's going to stay chilly into the evening hours as well. But here's what it looks like now when you take a look at the winds right now. They're coming in from the south, that high pressure spinning over the area. The winds will pick up as we head for Saturday and Sunday from the southwest, and they will stay from the southwest both days, and that will allow warmer air to start to move in. Probably a little bit more wind on Saturday than we'll see on Sunday, but both days we'll have those southwest winds in the area. Now, the temperatures are cold right now. I mean, we ought to be in the mid-50s, and we have 48 in Terre Haute, 48 in Paris, 47 in Robinson. So everybody looking at some pretty chilly weather out there. Here's what we've got with our satellite and the radar. There's really nothing going on. Remember, yesterday we had snow showers towards Muncie and Cincinnati and Cleveland. Well, those have moved out. We're left over with high pressure giving us clear skies, but that's also led to the cold weather for the time being. All clear on the Dorset Automotive Doppler radar. It's going to stay that way for a while. We don't see any rain coming for at least a few more days. So we're going to take you now over the next 48 hours to get you deep into the Easter weekend. Tonight will be clear. Not as cold as last night, but still going to be pretty chilly. Then as we head through the day tomorrow, we'll call it partly sunny, but I think most of the day we'll be looking at mostly sunny. Then as we get into Sunday, Easter Sunday, it also looks good with a lot of sunshine, and temperatures will be even warmer as we head into Sunday. So as you can see, very little cloud cover. Right? It's going to be a great weekend, and the temperatures are going to be nice and pleasant, but it will be warmer on Sunday than it will be on Saturday. So when do we see rain? Well, we don't see anything for the weekend, and we don't see anything early next week. A little storm system, though, moves into the area about mid to late week. So as we get into, say, Wednesday evening, we start to see some rain showers developing, mostly west of here. I think for us it would be later in the day, Wednesday. into the day on Thursday, and then that system should spin through and be out of here, it looks like, by Friday. So right now we're thinking late Wednesday, Thursday will be the next chance of some showers moving in, and temperatures will cool off, of course, a little bit with that, with some cloud cover and some rain. Tonight, though, will be clear. It will be cold, but not as cold. About 10 degrees warmer, actually, at 32, and we'll have a south wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Then tomorrow to start the weekend, mostly sunny, warmer, actually a really nice day. A high of 65, although the wind will pick up from the southwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Now remember, 65 tomorrow. As we take you into Easter Sunday, we're going to be closer to 70 degrees. 74 on Monday and 76 on Tuesday. Then we've got those rain chances developing Wednesday and maybe into early Thursday, and temperatures will cool some, but still not bad. Even a week from today, we're still looking at a high at around 66.
Thanks, Jesse, and welcome back, everybody. Now, NBC keeps giving us good news, guys. We already announced yesterday that Ariana Grande will be joining The Voice as a coach next fall, and now we know that Snoop Dogg is joining as well. But instead of being a coach, Snoop will be one of the mega mentors during the upcoming knockout rounds of the current season of The Voice. There are still 2 weeks left of the battle rounds to get through first, but Snoop Dogg's appearance on the show will begin Monday, April 19th. He's accumulated 40 million album sales, people, worldwide during his nearly 3 decades as a performer, as well as 20 Grammy nominations. Obviously, Snoop Dogg is a great choice, okay? He definitely knows what he's doing. I want him as a mentor. All right, all those Grammy nominations. Ashley's shaking her head behind the camera. She wants him as a mentor, too. Good job, boys. The Voice airs at 8 p.m. Eastern, Monday nights here on NBC. Now, yesterday might have been April Fool's Day for everyone else, but for baseball fans, it was simply opening day. It's happening all over, guys. All 30 teams are in action today, spread out across all time zones. The upcoming season will have COVID protocols like last year, but more and more fans in attendance as states loosen restrictions. There's no designated hitter in the National League like last year, but there will be 7-inning doubleheaders and a runner on second base in extra innings. The World Series champs Los Angeles Dodgers opened their season against the Colorado Rockies. Outside of actual sporting events, I miss the concession stand food, and I'm not ashamed to say it. I mean, I cannot be the only one who misses the nachos, the popcorn, and if you're lucky, Otis Spunkmeyer cookies. If you have not had one, you're missing out. See, I grew up in the gym, so it's one of my most comfortable places to be. It just feels like home. All right, I'm going to daydream about that while we go to break. But first, here's a look at today's jobs board. You'll find job openings in the community listed on our website, mywabashvalley.com. And if you are an employer, you can post a job as well.
Hello, I'm Mike, president of Hamilton's Water Conditioning. Get softer skin, hair, cleaner clothes, and dishes. Save 80% on soap products. Save 30% on hot water heater costs. We service the tri-state area for over 47 years. Upgrade today. Rental products installed free, including labor, parts, and service for only $18 a month. We sell top-selling equipment worldwide. Non-electric, solar-powered, electric water conditioning. Call us today.
I'm Steve Finzel with Finzel's Master Tech. Go to finzelsmastertech.com to save money on your next car repair. At Finzel's Master Tech, first-time customers receive 20% off labor or a full-service oil change for only $19.99. Finzel's Master Tech. Car problems, we fix it.
At Brown Veterinary Hospital, we're always working to make your visit safe, enjoyable, and comfortable. With the virus situation changing daily, we're all learning as we go. Our promise is that we'll continue to give your pet the same tender, loving care as always.
When heartburn takes you by surprise, fight back fast with new Tums Naturals, free from artificial flavors and dyes.
everyone. The Moment of Truth is a 5-part documentary-style series giving a deeper look into the death of Michael Jordan's father, James Jordan. It's streaming right now on IMDb TV, and today I'm talking to the director and executive producer of the documentary about why they chose to create the series and what we can expect to see. Matthew and Shelley, hi, how are you?
Hi, thank you for having us.
No problem.
Nice to be here.
I really think that this is the first question that's going to be on everyone's mind. I know it was the first thing on mine. What made you do this project? I mean, did the family reach out to you? What is, the general interest in this particular case outside of this being Michael Jordan's father?
Well, the team that made this series is all from North Carolina. We grew up in North Carolina. So this is a case that we've known about for the majority of our lives. I was 13 years old when the murder took place. So it's one of those kind of seminal moments when you're growing up. It's something that was reported on in the state of North Carolina far greater than it was at the national level. So it's something that really stuck with me for a very long time. So when the opportunity to tell this story in a degree of greater detail than had ever been told before, was presented, it was something that we felt deeply connected to and a story that we felt that audiences needed to see.
I also grew up in North Carolina, and my company, Capital Broadcasting Company, has had the deep archive that allowed us to tell the story in a way that it had not been told, and compiling a North Carolina crew was important to us because we wanted people who understood North Carolina and the culture of North Carolina here is an important part of the story.
And have you heard from any members of the family reaching out to either support or ask questions about this documentary?
No. So we reached out to the Jordan family early in the process when we began to produce the series, and they respectfully declined to participate, and we greatly respect their decision. They suffered a great tragedy, and how they grieve is really up to them. And our goal in telling the story was to approach it with great humanity and compassion for all of the families involved, including the Jordans.
Now, Shelley, how did you guys get your hands on all this never-before-seen footage and audio? Because a lot of that is a huge part of the telling of this story from your view.
Yeah, the archive footage is really a key character in the story, and WRAL TV and Capital Broadcasting Company, which is the company I work for, we covered this case extensively from 1993, and we've been covering it all along. As Daniel Green has been filing appeals throughout the years, we've covered those stories. So we really had the definitive archive on the case, which really was the ground laying piece of the story. But then we were also able to get access to the trial audio that has never been heard before, and the original interrogation tapes, which have never been heard before. All of the evidence, the evidence that we were able to shoot a lot of that evidence from the evidence room. So we just had access. We found a lot of things and uncovered a lot of things that are really key in telling the complete and whole story. Also, a long-standing communication with Daniel Green, and having done several interviews with him over the years. His voice is one that was not heard at trial because he did not testify at trial. So audiences really have not heard his side of the story. And we felt like that was an important piece in order to tell the whole story.
And what's going to be the biggest thing that we learn after watching this 5-part series? What's the huge takeaway?
I think the huge takeaway is there are very real questions of fact about what happened, and the public narrative that was presented at the time of trial. Did the facts really make sense, and did the whole truth come out? And I hope people who think they know this story already will watch newly and be open to whether the story they believed is the one that actually happened. Our goal here is to get to the truth and to tell all of it and to decide let the audience decide whether correct justice actually occurred.
What was the biggest surprise for you while diving into this production for this documentary? What did you discover?
I think just having never personally been involved in the criminal justice system or having a family member go through that, the real questions about how our justice system works and whether there really is equal justice is the thing that I'm left with the most. And that this is a case that was very high profile because of the celebrity connection to it. And so it was very well documented. There are many, many, many of these cases that are not this well documented. And so it's not possible in a lot of these cases to go back and actually take it apart and look at it newly. So I'm having the opportunity to do that, I think, is important, and the truth is important, and whether justice was done is important.
I agree. Thank you so much, Shelly, for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Guys, stay right there because we have more Good Day Live when we get back.
Everyone who has ever lived has lived here. All of mankind's triumphs and failures. Every moment, every hometown, all here. We start our coverage on the ground and take it to the airwaves, so you always know what's happening in your own world and beyond. We are free TV and radio. We are breaking news. We are always there. We are broadcasters.
Welcome to Town Park Assisted Living of Brazil. Relax and cozy up in front of a fireplace. With an expansive menu, enjoy some of our fine dining. Stay active in our fitness room or feel pampered in our private spa. Join friends in our theater for a movie or sporting event. Our spacious rooms will have you feeling right at home. And now, we're accepting Medicaid waivers. And for more information, call Executive Director Shannon Williams at 812-420-4100 or visit us online. Town Park Assisted Living in Brazil, a small community within a small town.
Fire destroys an apartment, plus the Terre Haute Fire Chief retires. We'll hear about his future plans and details on a new place to eat. Join us.
Welcome back to Good Day Live. Guys, have you ever walked outside your door and just so happened to run into a Hollywood star? Well, as businesses reopen, COVID-19 still has a strong hold on certain industries, but Hollywood is really getting back to the action and even filming in certain different locations, not just on Hollywood studio sets. In Jackson, Mississippi, there's a movie filming right now with a certain A-list actor. And once a movie starts filming in your hometown, there are certain benefits that come along with that.
Yes, that is Bruce Willis acting in his new action movie, A Day to Die, right in front of the governor's mansion.
What all the hustle's about?
Jackson already has a name made for itself, but this will surely give us a boost. And glory to our city is not the only thing that comes with shooting a movie here. Kim Lewis with Visit Jackson says it also means money.
The film crew as well as the actors are staying locally, which meant they took up an entire floor of one of our local hotels, which have had a very difficult time this last year. So I'm sure they are very happy to have people there.
And this is not the first time that the City with Soul has hosted a major motion picture. John Gomez with the Downtown Partners says that if all goes well with this film, it could be just as good as The Help or The Haulers.
When The Help was filmed here, we had tours of Jackson, and we're hoping, you know, we'll see some of the benefits of having Jackson as a location for movies.
The release date for A Day to Die is not yet known, but Gomez says we'll spot the crew from time to time downtown through late April.
I have to ask everyone a question. What is on your playlist this weekend? Because you already know I've got a few things already lined up, like Falcon and the Winter Soldier. But I want you to take a look at Dean's review and see what he has for us today, just in case you need to get your playlist together.
It's Godzilla. The big movie of the weekend is the long-awaited battle between two screen legends, Godzilla versus Kong. Both of the titans have wreaked havoc on their own through the years, but now there's a force causing the pair to seek out each other for the purpose of destruction of each other. Now, why that's happening and the side stories that they built into this movie about corporate greed and world domination are mere fillers between the scenes where the epic battles between its two stars take place, exploding off of the screen. In the finest tradition of movies like this, the destruction and battle scenes are by far its best. Gone are the days of stuntmen in rubber suits and cheesy effects. Now there's very realistic computer animation to give you terrifying and emotional up-close looks at both of the creatures at their heroic and submissive bests, destroying cities and trying to destroy each other. Godzilla vs. Kong is in theaters and on HBO Max. It's a Dean's List B+. There's also the British spy thriller 6 Minutes to Midnight, starring and co-written by comedian Eddie Izzard. In it, he's a teacher at a sinister all-girls school in Britain just before World War II, where the evil head mistress, played by Dame Judi Dench, is battling for the minds of the younger, mostly German girls who attend. It's a political thriller with an effective Hitchcockian feel and a Dean's List C+. See it on Amazon Prime Video.
50% of all cowboys were black. Even the Lone Ranger were black.
Who's the Lone Ranger?
Really? Pop, you teaching this boy anything?
New on Netflix this weekend is the father-son drama Concrete Cowboy, set around the real-life Fletcher Street Stables, Philadelphia's last remaining horse stable, dating back to when horse-drawn wagons delivered produce and milk around the city. It's the story of a troubled teenager, played by Stranger Things' Caleb McLaughlin, who is sent by his mother to live in this cowboy-centric world where his estranged father, played by Idris Elba, isn't exactly welcoming. You've seen fish out of water stories similar to this before, but in this case, it's very different, as this kid from the inner city and all of us are also learning about the history of black cowboys in the U.S. to go along with this very tough love story. It's a touching Dean's List B. And finally, for the Easter weekend, I'm highly recommending the 2018 version of Jesus Christ Superstar that starred John Legend, Sarah Bareilles, and Brandon Victor Dixon. It's a high-powered rock concert adaptation of the stage musical that was turned into a movie musical back in 1973, starring Ted Neely. Both the John Legend and movie musical versions are streaming on Amazon Prime Video. Well, you can always get my new movie reviews and home video pics sent right to your phones every week just by texting the word Dean to 97999. Hope you have a great weekend in Chicago. I'm Dean Richards.
Okay, I really hope that gave you some suggestions, because this is Easter weekend and we are eating and enjoying our couches all weekend long. That is a promise. All right, guys, it's time to go to break, but I've got a sweepstakes reminder for you when we return. Stay right there.
It's been a long decade these past 2 years, but March still has a lot left in the tank, which means more basketball. That's what I'm talking about. More favorites moving on, 2-3 zones, and camera time for the bench heroes. And the best part, more action for everyone on FanDuel Sportsbook.
Let's go.
It means plenty more opportunities to be the next fan that we make a millionaire. We've already made one fan a millionaire. Bet the tournament every day for more chances to be next. Game's on. FanDuel Sportsbook.
Welcome to the new Dorset Certified Pre-Owned building at the Auto Park. All Dorset certified vehicles come with a 5-year, 150,000-mile powertrain coverage, brakes for life, 15,000 miles of maintenance, free alignment checks, free car washes on every visit. Our Dorset Certified Pre-Owned building is nestled in between our new car stores on our 10-acre auto park. It's all right on US 41 South in Terre Haute.
Dorset Automotive, drive it on. Dorset Automotive.
Stay up to date on local and national news, the most accurate weather forecasts, local sports scores and highlights, contests, events, and so much more. The WTWO News app has everything you want whenever you need it. Download it today.
With Long John Silver's $10 shrimp shares, you can enjoy grilled shrimp, hand-battered shrimp, or popcorn shrimp. Your choice for just $10, because now is not the time to scrimp on shrimp. Long John Silver's, it's yeah.
back. Now, it is time for me to remind every single person watching to go vote for the best guy on TV, Jesse Walker. That's right, Jesse, I'm talking about you. He's nominated for Best TV Personality with the Tribune Star. I submitted my vote yesterday, and you guys have until midnight tonight to do your part, okay? We all love Jesse, and he deserves recognition, guys, so go do it right now. Now, yesterday we announced the winner of our Remarkable Women contest. We are proud to say that Barbara Wilson is our 2021 Next Star Woman of the Year. You may remember she was one of the first female pharmacists in the state of Indiana and a volunteer after her retirement. Now, Barbara's prize for winning the contest was the opportunity to donate $1,000 to the charity of her choice. Zeke Torres has details on that particular charity and why she chose this organization.
I was like, there's no way I'm going to win this. There's no way I am going to win this award. I saw Barbara's video, and I was like,
well, I thought, gee, I'm in good company. I didn't think I'd win either. It's a real big honor.
Those were the first impressions Barbara Wilson and Emily Murray had of one another after their Remarkable Women nominations aired. After winning the contest, Wilson said she knew donating her prize money would be a great way to honor a late friend.
Sister Mary Marcotte was our nun-administrator, and after she left St. Anne, she came to work for CODA. And I said, oh, that has to be a really tough service. And she said it is. So it's because of her. Congratulations on any success you have.
The Council on Domestic Abuse offers a variety of services for individuals in need, ranging from case management, hotline services, and emergency shelter. Longtime volunteer and CODA's executive director Emily Murray says donations like Wilson's will create a lasting impact in the community.
This is such a blessing, Barbara. We really appreciate this. This is so kind.
Give you some too.
This was so kind. You know, you didn't have to do this. You could have given this money anywhere, and this is really a blessing for us. I mean, any donations are a blessing, but this one's a little bit more special. So we really appreciate this.
I'm glad I could do it.
I am too. This is really good. Really nice.
Oh, that's wonderful. We can never get enough of saying congratulations, Barbara. Barbara and Emily do plan to stay in touch after yesterday, and we think that is amazing. If you guys want to hear more about these remarkable women, head over to the website, mywabashvalley.com. Now, there's another contest we have going on, and you don't want to miss it. It's the Easter Basket Giveaway Contest. When you go to the website contest page, you can enter to win the sweepstakes right now and win up to $400 in prizes. That is a lot, guys. And take a look at who's giving away those prizes. Some of our faves, like I tell you every day, Paisley Pistol Body Bar MD by Dr. Christie, Hair Express, the Hope Body Bar by Skin Spa, and you've got to enter to win today, guys. You'll see more contest info and rules when you visit the webpage. Guys, that's all we have for this week. Tune in on Monday because we'll have our featured Pet of the Week segment sponsored by the Heritage Animal Hospital. Don't miss out. I'll see you Monday, 4 p.m. Eastern right here. But until then, have a good weekend.